Alright everyone, what's going on? It's Foodie51292 and welcome to my channel update for today, May 30th through Thursday, June the 2nd. And I'll explain later in the update why it's only 4 days when we get to the end after I've covered everything I want to cover, alright? And it's been kind of a weird week for me, and probably all you guys were wondering, you know, where's the footage, where's the new stuff? You know, it hasn't been going up this week, and I'm basically going to recap for you this week why it was so slow and why ultimately it was just kind of a weird week for me in general. Firstly, on Monday, Ashley came over again, and we again just spent the day hanging out, watching movies and stuff, and she left late, and I went to bed, and didn't get anything done that day. Now Tuesday was my first day of work, and I was, as you may or may not know, a busser at a restaurant, and I worked, my shift that night was from 5 until close, which we close at 10, but don't actually leave until well after, you know, probably around 11:30, which I didn't know. And actually on Tuesday I wound up sleeping a little later than I would have liked, unfortunately. I woke up around like noon, 1 o'clock, and I work at 5, and obviously I was a little bit nervous. I had to, you know, to basically get ready for work physically and mentally. I needed to eat something, obviously take a shower, get ready to go, and there really wasn't a lot of time for me to film anything before work. And like I said, I got off at 11:30. When I got home I was exhausted and passed out, so nothing on Thursday. On Wednesday I did not have work, and I actually was able to play something, and I was LA Noire. I played more LA Noire on Wednesday. Thursday I had another shift at work from 4 until close, and so again I woke up kind of late Thursday, and again didn't have any time to really film anything before work. Again, I got home after 11 and was exhausted and went to bed. So again, no footage. Now Friday was the most footage I did. I played more LA Noire. I played a little bit more of the Mortal Kombat story mode. And also, I did my first set of online matches on Mortal Kombat, which were pretty bad, at least in the beginning. The lag online is horrendous. It made me look like a complete fool online. It looks like I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't do any moves or anything like that, when in truth, that's not, you know, I'm better than that. I'm not a good player by any means, but I'm better than what that footage shows. You know, I was playing with Cage, I was trying to play with Cage, and people would jump at me, and, you know, Cage has his flip kick as an anti-air. They would jump at me, I would do the flip kick, and it would be so slow that A, it either never came out, I kept doing moves into my controller and nothing would happen, or B, it would come out so late that they were already landed when I did the kick and they blocked. And just the whole time I kept doing, you know, move after move on my controller, nothing was happening. Johnny Cage was dancing all over the screen like a moron. All the stuff he was doing on screen was not what I was doing in my controller. It was an awful experience. Toward the end, I played a few guys that actually, the connections were still laggy, but they were not horrible. And I actually had some good matches there at the end, where I played some pretty good people online. We had some good back and forth matches. So anyway, that's what I did on Friday. On Saturday, I actually went over to Dave's house. He'd been meaning to get Tyler and I over there. We went over there and had a nice time over there. We went swimming. It was a beautiful day. We went swimming, hung out at his house, slept over there, and on Sunday we woke up. I didn't have anything to do, so I was kind of lazy. I didn't want to leave in his house on Sunday until after 5 o'clock, where again I got home, and I'm sorry. I'm confused. No, okay, yeah. We slept on Saturday. I didn't get home yesterday, Sunday, until I didn't leave his house until after 5. But what I did yesterday was something I talked about last channel update. I did have somebody actually comment and express interest in the flight simulator. So what I did yesterday was, the first thing I did was do a video where basically I show you my setup, what I'm using for the simulator, how I'm going to record, and introduce you to some of the add-ons and things I have for the flight simulator. Then I actually did a flight last night. and everything was going pretty well. Everything was really really good. I thought it turned out well. I was on my final approach to land, and the stupid AI traffic that is in the game, the ultimate traffic that is an add-on, crashed the plane into me. If you can believe that, I was on approach into the airport. I flew to Houston, and everything was good. I was getting pretty close. I was expecting a landing clearance and begin to actually set up to land. And out of nowhere, a plane runs into me from behind for no explained reason and ends my flight. So I never got to land the flight, but everything else was good. So go check that out, and you'll be able to see at least how the simulator is going to be, what it's all about. I think it's extremely unique footage. You know, whether you're interested in flight simulators or I mean, whether you're into them, like you play them, or you're not and you're just curious, I would urge you to go check that out. And please, please, please leave me feedback. If you like that footage, you think it's pretty unique, and it's something that I might do periodically over the summer, please let me know, so I'll know whether or not that's something I would like to continue, or if it's something people really aren't too interested in. So go check that out. It's uploading as I speak. By the time this channel update is uploaded, all the footage, the simulator footage from that flight last night will be up. So go watch it and let me know what you think. So that's what I did yesterday on Sunday, and that was my week. So as you can see, it's pretty busy, pretty crazy. I was not expecting work to consume 2 complete days of my week or anything like that. So it was pretty, it was a pretty strange week. I wasn't able to do a lot, which was unfortunate. But I do have a lot of notes to talk about. Again, there were no Voodoo's Thoughts done last week. Again, because I didn't get a chance to do much of anything last week. So again, no Voodoo's Thoughts. There won't be one now in the flight simulator since I made the video already. There's no point in doing that now. The 360 one, it will come. I promise you it will come. But again, I just didn't get around to it last night. I do want to make a note about the uploads. Obviously, I'm a little bit backed up with uploads, but I'll talk about that coming up. The next thing I want to address is the PlayStation Store and all the stuff that happened this week. If you remember on my channel update last Monday, I reported that pretty much every gaming website was reporting a return of the PS Store this Tuesday, or last Tuesday, May the 24th. And there were all these rumors that said that it was coming back the 24th. They had a plan for releasing content periodically over the next couple of weeks and all this stuff. Well, obviously, didn't happen. And I told you on Monday to be skeptical. I told you not to believe that or anything else because, it was a rumor. We heard nothing from Sony, and eventually we didn't. They actually had maintenance that day. We don't know on what. They did maintenance that day, but there was no restoration of the PlayStation Store. But this is what I want to talk about, alright? They promised that the PlayStation Store would return by the end of May. Well, the end of May is tomorrow. Today is May 30th. Tomorrow is May 31st. So tomorrow is another deadline for Sony. And I'm telling you what, if they don't meet it, and I have a feeling that they will not, because I've been checking all day today, I've heard no reports from Sony, or anyone for that matter, as to a restoration of the store tomorrow. If they miss yet another deadline, I don't know what to say at this point. I think anybody who's questioning anymore is just going to go junk their PS3 in the freaking trash can. Because this looks like yet another date that Sony is going to miss. They haven't set one date that they've actually made during this entire process, so they continue to be incompetent even this far in. They promised us the end of May. Tomorrow is the end of May. So if the store's not up tomorrow, then I don't know what to say at this point. I just throw my hands in the air and give up. And I'm tired of dealing with it. And it's making me want to buy every single freaking game for Xbox 360 now because I bought the LA Noire and all for PS3 because it had exclusive content. And all this other stuff with the PS3, but you can't get any of it, so what's the point? Actually a new thing, apparently Dave tried to play LA Noire at his house with my game disc on Friday night, and his PlayStation keeps crashing. Apparently the new software that they gave, 3.61, or the new update, it's causing older PlayStations to overheat. Well, I have an older PlayStation, an older 80 gig. I've been fine with LA Noire, but Dave tried to play it, and every single time he would start the game, it would load, play like a minute or two, and then the PS3 would overheat and die. So Sony is toast as far as I'm concerned, and you know, I don't know what to say at this point, but their deadline is tomorrow. I don't think that they're going to meet it again. I think that they're going to again be late, which again isn't surprising. You know, I wish they would just be honest with us. It's been, you know, over a month now. I think it's time for them to just be honest with us and say, hey, we have no idea, and leave it at that, because they continue to set dates that they continue to not be able to maintain, and all they're doing is just continuing to piss people off more and more and more and more and more, which doesn't seem like a good business strategy for them. But you know, there's really nothing that can be done. So that is what it is. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I predict that the store won't be back. And again, as far as the Honest Hearts DLC for Fallout New Vegas, I mean, who the hell knows at this point? We don't even know when the store's coming back, let alone when they're actually going to release that content. So, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'll ever freaking play it, you know? Who knows? I've been dying to play it, but at this point, I mean, it's been over a month and a half of me waiting to play this DLC, and, you know, I mean, I don't know what to do at this point. There's nothing I can do. So, that is what it is. Tomorrow's their deadline. You know, have fun trying to meet your deadline again, Sony. Another note, last night I finally got around to editing those LA Noire videos. There's probably about 4 or 5 videos that contain nudity, which was plugging up my uploads, and I actually edited them. So last night you did see more LA Noire footage come up. What I had to do, unfortunately, was split out portions of the footage so it doesn't jump, but I tried to cut out as little as I could, you know, to make it so that you get as much experience as you can without me getting flagged for nudity complaints with those videos. But they have been edited. There's been no nudity, you know, I've played a long time now after this nudity, and there hasn't been any more. So hopefully there won't be for the rest of the game, but I don't know. So that's that. LA Noire footage is now good to go. It's going to be pretty much a you know, a flood of uploads. Found out some new stuff about 2 games I'm interested in this year. Infamous 2, which comes out next week. Apparently the new city that they're in is actually New Orleans based, from what I read, which is obviously, in my situation, pretty unique. Because I live in New Orleans, and so it'll be pretty cool from my perspective to see, you know, if it really is New Orleans based. I'll be able to tell you, hey, this is kind of like New Orleans, or hey, it's not even close. Just an interesting note I thought I'd throw in there. It's pretty neat. And the other one is Resistance 3. They just released the pre-order bonuses for Resistance 3 with all the stores. Again, I know there's a collector's edition in Europe, from what I'm to understand, but I don't think it is in America as of yet, from what I understand. If it does come to America, I'm going to be getting the collector's edition. That's why I'm holding off to see. But if it doesn't, I'm going to be pre-ordering it at GameStop, because at GameStop you get a replica of the Chimerian teeth necklace that Capelli apparently wears in the game, and you're also granted level 5 in multiplayer instantly, which is, you know, actually really useful. That's what I'm going to get. Some of the other pre-orders, like Best Buy and Amazon, you get like multiplayer skins, or like, I know one, you get the air fuel grenade. Apparently that's not normally in the game, but all those things are minor. The GameStop one, to me, you get a semi-collectible item and automatic rank increase multiplayer, and I buy all my games from GameStop because I like GameStop. So that's the one I'll be pre-ordering if they do not come out with a collector's edition. Let's talk about the uploads now. So obviously I'm backlogged on uploads. Okay, I've got this Flight Simulator stuff uploading now. I've got tons and tons of LA Noire footage, obviously, to upload. I've got more of the MK story mode I played, and the online. So my plan as to what I'm going to upload and when, I really can't tell you. I really don't know. And obviously next week I'll be out of town and won't be able to upload anything. So it's going to be it's going to be tough. I knew this was going to happen this summer with the horrible internet connection here, that I was going to get backed up with footage, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not really sure what to put my priority on right now. Probably more LA Noire, but if you guys want to see something like the MK Online or anything, maybe MK Story, let me know, and I'll put those on to upload. I think maybe the Mortal Kombat Online, there's 10 videos. That's something I can do overnight, so if you guys really would like to see one of those things, the MK Story or the MK Online really are the only two, rather than me continuing to upload LA Noire footage, let me know that so that I can upload those before I go out of town. And so let's get to that now. Yes, this channel update only goes through Thursday, because on Friday I'm making a new channel update that's going to include next weekend, and of course the real week after, starting on Monday through the next weekend. And the reason for that is I am going out of town next week. I'm going to Destin with pretty much everybody. My parents are coming, myself, Chris, Tyler, Dave, and Ashley, my girlfriend, are all also coming. Tyler's parents are also coming for a couple of days, so it's a big trip. We're all headed to Destin. We're leaving this Saturday and coming home next Saturday. And so I'll recap on Thursday. I'll do on Friday with my new channel update. I'll do a recap of these past 4 days, what I did, and I will go into great detail about the trip and about the footage you'll see, because I will be taking footage during our trip to upload, and I'll be talking to you a lot about the trip, what it's going to be like, what kind of footage and all I hope to get. So that's why I'm making a new one. I could make one for, you know, on Mondays like I normally do in Destin, but there really wouldn't be a point. It would be kind of an awkward time right in the middle of the vacation, and I really won't have time when I'm on vacation, when I'm going to have time to sit down and make a half-an-hour channel update. You know, I won't. So I'll just make the new one on Friday and let you know what I did this week, obviously, because there won't be any more gameplay footage after Friday, because I'll be out of town. So I'll let you know what gameplay footage I did, and also talk in detail about the trip. So as far as this week, what am I hoping to accomplish before I leave? Well, I'm hoping to play a lot more LA Noire. Honestly, again though, how much time am I going to have? I don't know. I've got tonight. Tonight I want to go and play more LA Noire. It's slowing down right now, which is why I'm going to have to push myself. For some reason, they put the advice cases after Homicide, and they're just not that interesting, to be honest. They're not nearly as interesting as the Homicide cases. It's really more repetitive gameplay, and it's not even very interesting. It's like they backtrack. Why they didn't put Homicide at the end of the game, I have no idea, because that's clearly the most interesting cases, but they put it second of 4 in the game, and now it's kind of regressed and it's slow again. So I'll play more tonight, and that's really all I want to do this week. I mean, MK Story Mode can wait. You know, it's whatever. It's not like a campaign playthrough or anything. It's just one of those things that I can do when I want to do them. And the game's getting harder now, and it's getting more frustrating, and it's getting harder to progress in the game, and it's just kind of a time waster right now when I have LA Noire sitting there. And that's pretty much all I want to do this week, to be honest, is play as much LA Noire as I can. Now, about work, like I said, I had 2 shifts last week as a busser, and really did not like the job, and actually physically was having trouble doing it because of my my chest condition. So I spoke to my manager, and I was going to just quit and walk away. I had my parents had set up an opportunity for me to work with them around my house, around my grandparents' house, and they were going to pay me, not a whole lot, but they were going to pay me to do that. So I was going to walk away, but the manager was extremely nice and actually offered me a position to move to host instead. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm now a host at the restaurant. I had my first shift today, and I am working. I'm not working tomorrow, but again, Ashley's coming tomorrow, so we'll see how much I get done tomorrow. But I am working Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm working mornings all Wednesday through Friday of this week, but I should be getting off probably around 3 or 4 each of those days. And obviously Friday will be a new channel update, but so that's what I'm going to do. And also, I'm expecting Friday night to have a lot of MK versus footage. I only have like those 4 up there, but it's going to be a unique opportunity, like I said, because it's going to be all of us. It's going to be me, Chris, Tyler, and Dave, and we're all going to be here getting hyped for the trip and everything else. So we're probably going to be pretty excited, pretty, you know, jacked up and excited about the vacation, and we're all going to be hanging out, and we're probably going to play a lot of MK, because that's a game obviously that we can play, and everybody can kind of show off what they've been doing. Of course, Tyler and I are the only 2 that own the game. So Dave is not very far advanced in the game because he hasn't owned it. Chris is good at the game because Chris plays fighting games. Chris has been playing fighting games for some time, so it's easier for him to pick it up, and he's pretty good. So I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me on Friday night. But, because, you know, I'm not a fighting game player. I just started this year, so I am actually becoming a pretty decent Scorpion player, so I'll probably use him. But we should have a lot of MK versus footage Friday night. Now that stuff probably won't, like I said, be uploaded for another week because, you know, I'll upload what I can overnight on Friday night, and we'll see. But that's what I'm going to do this week mainly, is just LA Noire. I might, you know, we'll see how far I can get. You know, I'd like to beat it if I could, because when I get back from the trip I'll have a new game to play, Infamous 2. And I really don't want those 2 games to overlap. Before you ask, yes, I know Hunted Demon's Forge is coming out tomorrow, but there's absolutely no practical way I'd be able to play that game. I mean, you would understand that, because it would take days for the game to come in, and I'm leaving on a trip, and when I get back, I'll have Infamous 2 to play, and I'll probably still won't be done LA Noire. So it's a game that I'm really not even that interested in, and you know, it is what it is. It's whatever. So I will not be doing Hunted Demon's Forge like I said I might do. So that's the news. That's the channel update. Pretty jam-packed, but there will be new footage coming your way pretty consistently. And again, if you want me to hop in there and upload the MK Online or whatever, let me know that. Also, again, don't forget to check out the Flight Simulator footage. Let me know what you think of that. And that's it, a long channel update. Check back on Friday for a new channel update, and I'll let you know what's going on. I'll let you know about the Destin trip and what's going on with that. So, until Friday, thanks guys, and I will see you with a bunch of footage this week, and I'm going to be playing new stuff. So, alright, I'll see you on Friday.